Today I want to show you guys how I bulk clean golf balls and get to this. Very, very low effort. I tried to make this process as low effort as possible because when we go in the woods, sometimes we pull out upwards of 650 golf balls at once. If you haven't seen the video of us getting all these, check it out up here. And this is what they look like after they've been sprayed off. Nothing crazy, just basically hosed down to get the raw dirt and the leaves off of them. And then this is after my bulk cleaning process. Now these balls still look a little bit dirty, but most of this stuff is permanent, that even if you hand washed them with as much care as possible, they're still gonna have these marks on them anyway. So let's get into how to do it. What you're gonna need for this process is some 5-gallon buckets, a drill, and then some of these drill brush attachments that I'm going to link down below. I also got these drill extenders, definitely makes it a lot easier. I'll link those as well. So how this works is the first step is you're going to load some golf balls into your bucket. I'll go ahead and do that on camera, and then we'll get into step 2. Now you want to fill up your 5-gallon buckets probably at least 2/3 of the way. My bag here is ripped, but honestly that actually might work out well because I can pour the ball straight into here. I already got some runners. All right, that's probably plenty. Now the next step here, and probably the most important, I forgot to include the Dawn dish soap in the materials. You're gonna need some Dawn dish soap. And this is probably, like I said, the most important step. I'm gonna put a generous amount of Dawn in there and then spray these down. And we wanna fill this whole bucket with water. And what we're gonna be doing is letting this soak for multiple days. And honestly, you should probably put the water in first. And this soaking process is going to loosen up a lot of that dirt that's on the balls to the point where you can just rub it with your finger and then it's all gone. So once this is filled, I'll show you a bucket of some balls that I've already had sitting for quite a while. And when I say a long time, I say let this sit for 2 to 3 days. The longer you let it sit, the looser that dirt and grime is gonna be on those balls. Okay, so those are all underwater now. We'll let that rest and I'll show you my other bucket. So this right here is my other bucket. Kind of hard to see with the soap on it. Now I will say I have already hit this with my drill brush one time, but the main thing here is that if I can find a good example of a ball here, is that once you've had this stuff soaking in here, it should be to the point where you can just use your thumb and wipe off that stuff like that. So this would be a perfect example of when you're ready to go, where all of this is getting wiped off just with my finger with minimum pressure because they've been soaking for such a long time. And once they're in that state, it's time to hit them with the drill brush, which is the secret sauce. So to be honest, I'm still kind of working out this process to get kind of the best results. But one thing that I have noticed is that I kind of need something to hold the majority of the balls down with so they're not just kind of bubbling away from the brush, because you want the brush to be scraping hard on them, not them just getting immediately pushed away from the brush. So I've just got a little piece of wood here. Honestly, a circle like donut where you put this through the middle would probably be the best. I haven't gotten there yet, but it really is just as easy as put this in here, set your drill to a fast speed, and just go to town on them. So one thing that you can do is pour all this water out and then put new in without soap that's clean, and then you can see if it's still getting brown, then your drill is still doing work. If not, then you're probably ready to stop drilling. So I'm gonna pour this one out and fill it up with clean water to check. The water coming out of there is filthy, so we know it did something. I really need a much shorter board here. As you can see, these balls are still very soapy, so I'm just gonna fill this all the way up to the brim and let the soap kind of boil over the top. Okay, so now you can see the water's clear. Get the last bit of that soap off so you can see. So I'm gonna hit it with this again and we'll see if it gets dirty, and if it does, then I need to keep drilling. A good thing you can do too is just do this. And see, that stuff's not coming off. All right, let's let that clear up and see if the water is any dirtier than it was. And on this bucket, we'll check back in a day or two and see how the soak is gone, and then we'll take those that were super dirty all the way to clean before the end of the video, just so you can see the full process. This water as well really did not get that much more dirty, as you can tell. So these are probably about finished. I'll let them soak a little bit longer overnight, and then we'll pour those into a box as well to see how clean they came out. Water's settled out now, and these are definitely done. You can see the water didn't get any dirtier at all. All right, this has been soaking for about a day, and it should be ready to go. You can see here, this stuff comes off super, super easy. So it's ready for the drill. I'm gonna go ahead and drill, and let's see how dirty we can get that water. Then I'll probably either pour them in a new bucket, fill it up with water again, or just keep hitting with the drill until I feel like they're all clean when I look at them. Something to kind of keep the pressure on the balls. And then this is a pretty packed full bucket, so let's go for it. Look how dirty that water already is. I honestly probably need to take out a few of these because they are coming out. It's a bit too much. I tried to shove a little too many in here. So you can see in general, a lot of them are getting to be very clean, but it still looks like some are dirty. But some of these are not gonna get clean no matter how hard you brush them, so you can sometimes just do this. And this appears to be one of those that is just gonna be stuck like this, but there is probably still some dirty ones, so we'll just keep going. But in general, as you can see, much, much cleaner. So that's the method, guys. I will have all the tools linked down below, and let me know if it works for you. Don't eat that, Winnie.